Military members described their days as long, challenging, and rewarding.
It's hard conditions to work in. It's very hot and humid here. It rains a lot, very muddy at some points, but nobody skipped a beat due to it, and I think everybody is thankful that we're able to come over here and help these people out.
Even as many of these I've done in the past, this was probably the most rewarding mission I've ever had. Just knowing that you're making that impact, because that C-130 lands on a ramp where people that are destitute and out of, down on their luck are all around the ramp there, and you know that they're looking at what's coming off the back of that aircraft, knowing that they're getting help.
The tsunami survivors' most critical needs were taken care of by the second week of operations. At this point, the focus of the military forces shifted to helping clear rubble, tearing down damaged buildings, and salvaging materials that could be used to begin rebuilding their lives and futures.
Mission here is to demolition the school here, try to salvage everything that we can. Everything that is salvageable that the Sri Lankans can use when they go to build again is what we're trying to keep.
And they can help. Very good.
1, 2, 3.
Many servicemen and women involved in the relief effort weren't on the front lines delivering supplies or cleaning up villages, but the jobs they did, like making drinkable water, fixing planes and helicopters, handling cargo, and so many other support roles, were just as important in providing hope for South Asia.
We know why we're here, and it's for a good cause, so we have to do our job and get done right, fast. Okay, stop.
This is absolutely one of our best missions. When you get to go out and see a different land, help a different people, someone that actually needs help, this is pretty much where the money is.
I think it made a tremendous difference on really two levels. In literally a matter of days, we were bringing food, water, and medical supplies to the affected people. We were medevacing people to medical facilities, providing medical care on the ground. And I am absolutely confident that we saved many, many lives. And through our ability to bring fresh water into the region, I think we had a great impact on preventing widespread disease and epidemics. On another level, and perhaps in the long run more importantly, I think we brought hope to those people.
Among the hundreds of thousands of tsunami victims were many visitors, vacationers from around the world who were also caught up in the tragedy, and some are still counted among the missing. Those who escaped the tsunami's fury, including some members of our DoD family, have amazing stories of survival.
We latched onto each other and just grabbed each other tight, and I mean, it wasn't 2 seconds later, all of a sudden, it was, boom, the big amazing current hit us.
Meet Sherry and Kirk Meyer. She's a librarian at Osan Air Base, Korea. He's a retired teacher. They were vacationing in Thailand when the tsunami hit December 26th.
Christmas Day, we just decided to, go out and do a live aboard so we could do our scuba diving.
It's just gorgeous. The water was 79 degrees, and we jumped off into the water and went down. It came around this big, huge, what did they call it?
A bommy.
A bommy.
Just a big pillar of coral.
Of coral, and the current kind of just took me.
And we latched onto each other, just grabbed each other tight, and it wasn't 2 seconds later, all of a sudden,
It was
boom, the
was
big
amazing.
current hit us.
Yeah.
I mean, the sand, it became a whiteout, and we were tumbling.
We grab a hold of each other, and that's when all hell breaks loose. I mean, it was like a tornado underneath. We were being tossed and spun. There was sand everywhere. You couldn't see. The visibility was zero.
There's nothing you could do.
No.
Just stared at the depth gauge, because I thought the only way we can really get hurt is if it's pulling us real deep, you know, too fast, or shooting us up too fast. So we just stared at the gauge. You had to have it about this close so you could see it, and just went for the ride.
After 3 minutes of our safety stop, we pop up out of the water, and the water is just really it's boiling all around us. And we kick away from the island, and we just kind of hang out and wait. About 10 minutes, they come and get us, and they had been looking for everyone. We're still an hour from the mainland, and then we saw our first body. And as we start heading in further, we see many, many more just floating. And the Thai Navy is marking them with bamboo sticks. We get to our resort, we pull up, and the only thing left standing is an open-air lobby. And that's when they said that not everybody had made it, and that the survivors had been taken to a warehouse.
I think when you go through something like that, you can't help but to be changed.
I had asked Kirk, this has been quite the experience. What do you take from this? And we both decided that you take the kindness from the people, because that was so evident. The people who took care of us had lost their family, and they were obviously grieving. And they had brought food and water, and what little they had, they gave to the tourists to make us comfortable. I think that's really how I want to live my life now, is to give what you have.
Examples of people helping people were everywhere in the days following the tsunami. It's an aspect of human nature that isn't always on display in everyday circumstances. But when tragedy strikes, that caring and desire to help seems to come to the forefront. Among those on the forefront for the tsunami disaster relief effort were men and women of the U.S. military.
Absolutely incredible. I could not be prouder of every single soldier, sailor, airman, and Marine who participated in this. Their heart was in it. They gave 110%, 24 hours a day to this relief effort. I think that they truly saw, through the extent of the disaster, a need for them as individuals, as units, and as this whole combined support force. And they stepped up and were just absolutely magnificent.
Proud of what I was able to bring to the mission. I mean, not overly, like it's just me. I know it takes all of us to do it, but just knowing that they got the relief and they're being taken, and their spirits are being uplifted because everybody just added so much to it. And it's unbelievable how we pull together. Even though we have the terrorism thing going on, we still put resources to the tsunami relief, and it's just amazing. I'm proud of that.
As just a person, not just a soldier, it really warmed my heart to go down and do as much as I possibly could to aid in the relief of the suffering for the individuals in those areas.
Along with the pride this effort generated, there was also the realization that so much more help is still needed.
At first, it made you feel good that your little part helped, but then you knew that there were still people that needed more help. They needed more money, they needed more water, they needed more rice. We successfully sent down about 1 million pounds of rice, water, clothes, dried noodles, but still, you just wonder, if there was more people involved, could we have done more to help more people?